Today before the United States Supreme Court on same-sex marriage. You support same-sex marriage. You were on Meet the Press on Sunday. You had an exchange with Ralph Reed. He works with Gary over at the Faith and Freedom Coalition. You wrote about it afterwards. Let me play what Ralph Reed said to you, said to all of the viewers of Meet the Press on Sunday, then we'll discuss.
That the enduring, loving, intact, biological mother and father is best for children, and it's not even a close call. And the only issue before the court is there a social good to that, and does the government have a legitimate interest in protecting and strengthening?
Let me turn to the issue of what...
All right, you obviously were moved by that because you wrote an article in the Washington Post saying that what he said seared your heart. Explain.
Well, you know, Ralph Reed was on there saying that my children would be better off with someone other than me as a parent. You know, I think the fact is that, first of all, I think I'm a pretty good parent. But second of all of the studies have shown, every single study that's actually been given credibility has shown that there is just as much love and hope and support for kids and families with gay parents as not. And in fact, what I would have said had there been more time on Meet the Press is that, you know, Ralph Reed and his coalition had plenty of opportunity when this case was adjudicated in California. They had 7 weeks of a trial, and they didn't put forward a single expert, not one expert, who came up with a study that said that children are not better off, that children are better off not having gay parents. Having said that, I'll say none of that is what's at issue before the Supreme Court, because there are gay parents today and there are married people today. The only issue that's really before the Supreme Court is whether married couples who are heterosexual are going to be treated equally under the law as married couples who are homosexual, who are gay, and it's not going to change whether or not people like me have children, because we do.
I've met Hilary's kids, Gary. I know she's an excellent mother. What do you want to say? What do you want to say to her? Because she's doing a fabulous job raising those kids.
There are so many parents out there like Hilary that are doing their best job to raise children for the next generation. There are foster parents, adoptive parents, all sorts of different folks that are standing up and trying to bring up that next generation, and they're doing their best. I think what we're saying is similar to what the American College of Pediatrics has said. The very, very best situation for children is with a mom and a dad biologically connected to those children and raising them. We do think that the government does have a unique, compelling interest in fostering that basic building block of society, one that's been tested and proven more than 2,000 years of history. I think we shouldn't go willy-nilly into changing the law by having the Supreme Court make a one-size-fits-all judicial fiat solution, taking away the will of 41 states that have already put in place laws that fit with what their states' traditions have been. I think that would be a real mistake.
You know, children are not what's before the Supreme Court, but he cited a study by College of Pediatrics. You should know that only has 60 members, whereas the American Academy of Pediatrics, the nationwide organization of pediatric doctors, has almost 100,000 members. They're the ones who did a study that said it's not going to be an issue. A College of Pediatrics was started by a right-wing religious conservative group who was against this for moral reasons and had no scientific basis whatsoever. So let's just put that study aside, and let's also remember that what the Supreme Court can take away children from gay parents, whether they're adopted or whether they're given by natural childbirth. And so the only issue before the court is whether couples are going to be treated equally.
Is that true, Gary, what Hilary just said, that the College of Pediatrics has, what, 60 members compared to 100,000 pediatricians with the Academy of Pediatrics?
Yes, look on Wikipedia.
Well, I just want Gary to respond.
Yeah.
I'm sure that could be true. It doesn't mean that there are 60 researchers that don't have science that they've used and looked into. But I think the real focus is what Hilary said, is about what's happening before the Supreme Court. And if we're going to take away what 41 states have done and say to those legislative bodies that they cannot represent the people of their state, that they've got to have a new one-size-fits-all solution put on them by the Supreme Court, that's not the right way. That's going to lead to another contentious, polarized Roe v. Wade type decision. That's not what's good for America. I don't think that's what's good for any of the people in this debate to see that kind of situation imposed upon the people. We need to let this play itself out. If Hillary is very confident in her views and we're confident in our views, let us win the hearts and minds of the American people and have that debate going forward, but let not the Supreme Court be the final arbiter about another judicial activist decision here.
Hilary Rosen and Gary Marx, to be continued, this debate.